Hello, everyone. So this is a demo for the PL Hackathon from 2021. Long story short, as you'll probably know, the Go DHT was revamped last year, and it's now way faster. The same work didn't happen in JS so far, so Jacob, Alex, and I thought that this would be a good timing to start enabling this work, and starting by some introspection tooling. Some of you might also be aware of the libp2p Phantom Drift project, which you are seeing on the screen right now for libp2p introspection. So for this hackathon, we started by integrating this with the JS libp2p in order to introspect what is going on there. For this, we will basically use JS libp2p daemon. This JS libp2p daemon will connect to two Bootstrap nodes. Once it starts, it will basically try to find its closest peers over time. And after 20 seconds, it will also try to find providers for a given peer, a given CID that we previously configured. So yeah, let's start the daemon. Once we start the daemon, we can basically go to its live connection. We connect to it. We'll see initially that we don't have any DHT lookups because stuff is starting. Okay, we have the first lookup. This is for the peers that we are closest to. As you can see, the queries are being done, and as they are being done, they are showed in this visualization where basically on the left side you have the distance to the target, and as the time goes, you would eventually like to have things going always to the bottom part. There is, we are going to find our target on the query. This is not a good example of a good query. Now we already have the second one for the find providers. Yes. In this one, you can see also the queries over time and the distance to the target. Okay, other than that, we can also see the routing tables for our DHT. Basically, we currently have 3 buckets with content, and you can see the distance to them, and also how many peers we are having in each bucket over time. Also, we can see the connections that we have currently open or not. We can also see closed if all of them are currently active. Yeah, you can see some information about them, as well as some open streams that we have to a certain peer. Like this one, we have a circuit relay connection. And if we go also to the streams table, we can see exactly the same content. Yeah, that's it about the observer demo.
Yeah, and so just one thing we want to mention with this is that the really nice thing about this, right, while we're using JS libp2p, this can connect to any libp2p instance. Right now, we're running this against a WebSocket server, and so we're announcing all of this data over a WebSocket introspection server. But in the future, this could run over any libp2p connection itself. And so one of the nice things here is you could inspect any IPFS node. This would include your embedded Brave nodes. It would include IPFS desktop or remote servers. We could even ship this potentially with Web UI in the binary. So there's really cool stuff here, and we can expand a lot on this in the future and continue to update the UI. Some of the stuff that we already found as part of the JS DHT is that we quickly saw that we have a problem with the way our DHT buckets are being organized. And we were also able to see, if you looked at the introspection data in the query that Vasco was showing you, a lot of those queries are like at the same distance away. They're about the same line, and it's not descending down from left to right. And so we quickly see that, okay, there's something wrong in our query logic that we're not continuing to get to closer and closer peers. So this is going to make it much easier for us to be able to diagnose these problems, and then potentially even download some snippets from this and upload it to issues in the future so that users in the space can more easily send us diagnostics to troubleshoot their problems. So a lot of cool potential with this.